This is the URT. You are the URT. Big up the URT. Smash a like for the URT. As we walk home, people, as we're walking home, I just thought we could make a little video about how much I've had enough of the fan base who are policing fans for rightly critiquing the team's performance and the in-game management of Ruben Amorim. Fan base is here policing fans, and I just can't, I can't hack this. I can't do this. I'm sick of it. Who the hell are you to police fans and to basically make it out like fan base cannot critique a game? The game finishes, we do a game analysis, we do an instant match reaction on especially on the URT, and then we do the panel game reaction because I always want to know how other people feel about it. I never try to police how other people might do it, even though sometimes it comes across as that. But what I do is that I will not be told by any fans or anybody that what I saw with my own two eyes, I have to unsee it. Or I could not be told that I'm Amorim out when I don't even get involved with Amorim and Amorim out. I just point out the obvious, right? You don't have to be Amorim out for us to critique Amorim. Amorim made mistakes in this game. So did the players. Amorim in-game management was shocking. Amorim then comes out and says, oh, I didn't make the substitutions because it can just stop the game flow, which is BS. That means that he is somebody who's scared of what happened in the game against Brighton. I mean, what are we doing out here? Every game has its own story. Every game is a different game. And now you've got a coach who's basically admitting to and insulting the fans, the fan base's intelligence, by saying, oh, I didn't make those subs because Sesko, but you didn't give him the ball in the second half. So people cannot be pointing out without you being accused of being Amorim out. You know, URT channel, United Real Therapy, is set up to critique the Glazers and the ownership of this. Many a million times I've said, Ruben Amorim, if he was at a big club, would people know what they were doing, that they would never stand for the stuff that he's got away with. But I also believe that Manchester United is a football club that's in disarray by the ownership, this co-ownership BS that is not taking us anywhere, and that they didn't back him properly in the summer, and that I feel sorry for him. And I'm always standing up to him, that I don't blame him. He's a 40-year-old coach from a different league that's nowhere the quality of the French league or the Italian league or the Spanish league, right? But that doesn't mean critiquing him that I am Amorim out or I blame him for everything. But there are things that Amorim's in control of that I blame him for. Now, Manchester United could win, can lose, can draw. That is the 3 results that you get in a football game. What we do on the channel is to be able to critique what's happening. We critique what's happening. We critique what is happening in the game, and we critique the things that where we think the coach could have done better, where he's lacking. But all of a sudden, if you do that, if you point that out, that means that you're accused of being your Amorim out. And that the fan base, because the fan base feels powerless, and I understand where it's coming from, because the fan base do not have a power to change the ownership, and the ones, especially those of us who live in Manchester, are not willing to put our freedom, you know what I mean? Because some people will get locked up. If what we need to do needs to be done, some people will get locked up, right? They will be getting locked up, especially now that we live in a police state. The UK is a police state. Facts, right? So this idea that all of a sudden the fan base then gets divided into 2. Some of them want the manager out, and that is extreme, and they blame him for everything. And then other ones worship managers. When did you start worshipping managers? Especially coaches or managers who've got abysmal records. It's Amorim and Ineos that took us to fucking 15th. Lowest we've been ever in 50 years. So where are you with this worshipping that I don't get? You can worship him, no problem. You can think the fucking sun shines out of his backside. But stop policing other fans who are critiquing the game, game in, game out. Fans who critique the game, stop having a go at those fans. Stop having a go at those fans. And that's what I'm sick of. That's why the title is, I'm sick of this BS. We look at the game and think where the coach could have done better. But for me, one thing I am always going to do. I am never going to be insulted. My intelligence is, I'm never allowing that. I don't care if whoever the coach is, I don't worship coaches. Coaches and players come. I don't worship them. I don't worship these players. And I don't worship these coaches. What I do is critique to the best of my knowledge and the best of my ability, as somebody who's watched football for decades and decades, is to look at a game and think, right, what could he have done better here? Now, we're not moaning about that we drew a football game. No, we're not. I'm not moaning about that. I'm not moaning about that Manchester United drawing a football game. I'm moaning about the fact that he used the same tactics, and if we find out that he's played longer balls against a team that actually likes to have long balls like be played because it's easy, meat and drink for them. And other than having tweaking the tactics, he used the same tactics as he did against Liverpool and then against Brighton, knowing that Forest are actually a different type of team. And the fact that when Mbeumo's man marked, he doesn't change him and tell him to go to the other side so the team can get more room. And that he doesn't use Mbeumo correctly in this game. He didn't use him correctly. He didn't use him correctly. And that when you say Cunha drop, you told Mbeumo stretch the play. We didn't do that. We didn't do that. We scores from two set pieces. We didn't really create, other than a couple of shots here and there, we didn't really create much. But all of a sudden, people are making out like Nottingham Forest to be some sort of like Champions League's 10-year decade big team in the Big Six. That's a lot of bullshit, and I'm not standing for that either. Nottingham Forest have been struggling as a football team. Struggling. They have been struggling. They've zero confidence, and we go there, what do? Give them confidence. Because our away record is abysmal. Home, fantastic. Away, abysmal. But nobody wants to have these conversations and have critical debate. Instead, start calling you names. Oh yeah, you're the coach, you're Amorim out. Stop this concussion, man. Just because you can't get to the Glazers or the owners, who are the ultimate responsible where we've been in the past decade and a bit, that doesn't mean you start having a go at the fan base who are critical of the players and the coach. Free Palestine, free Sudan, free the Congo, free Libya, free Syria, free everywhere where people are oppressed in this world. And solidarity and love to the people of Haiti and Jamaica and Cuba and all these other highlands where Hurricane Melissa's done some damage. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments, especially if you're one of the people accusing people of Amorim out when we critique how bad he performed on Saturday. I want to hear from you specifically. So I want to hear that, because we take it game by game and we critique the game by game. Peace, love, light to all of you. Peace.